So starting the test drive in this MR2, very interesting just in terms of the feel of the vehicle. I said this earlier, it kind of smells like a go-kart. It gives you that feel as well, just in terms of you can feel everything having this mid-mounted engine here. And for whatever reason, the whole vehicle is kind of wobbling. And I don't know what that could possibly be. The tires are a bit dry rotted, but nothing unreasonable. But I mean, you have a T-top setup here, a very light car. And you don't have a lot of the safety features that you have in modern vehicles, even vehicles from the late 90s. But I'm gonna give it just a little throttle here. Now I will say, I love the sound. It's just so much like Japanese muscle. It just, that's the only way I can put it. It feels like a JDM car. And even though it doesn't really have too much in terms of power, it's got maybe 120 horsepower. But oh, just the sound I'm getting is so incredible. I'm gonna put the overdrive on. But just a cool experience here, having the T-tops, just everything is so open. And the ride quality itself, it's shaky, but it's not uncomfortable. The seat is actually pretty supportive, especially for something that's kind of got a roadster feel to it. It reminds me of the Miata, just in terms of how those ride. You have a very small car that again gives you a go-kart feel in every good way. But it was just, this is a stock setup and everything, and just getting it up to speed was so enjoyable. Just hearing the engine, hearing the exhaust. Now I think this is a 10 or 11 grand car right now, maybe 12. And this is a classic. It only has less than 140,000 miles on it. Not in perfect shape, but definitely, I think, in turnkey shape for what it is. Just something you want to ride around in on nice days like today. And it's something that you don't see that many of. Give it a little pull here. And again, like the Miata, it's not necessarily quick, but it is fun to drive. And when you put your foot into it, even though you're not even getting 150 horsepower, it still has its own sense of exhilaration, I think. And with you having a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder, your fuel economy is not terrible either. But these can also be pretty easily modified if you want to put an exhaust, if you want to put an intake, if you know what you're doing. It shouldn't be that difficult at all. And I do not know how to get this cruise control to work. But I think if you want something that's, again, just interesting, cool, fun, this is definitely a great option. And even though it's not fast, it'll still put a smile on your face when you put your foot into it. And then you just have that typical Toyota reliability that the manufacturer is known for with this car. Not feeling anything out of the ordinary other than just the slight vibration in the car. But again, this is so low slung, so small. There could be a number of things that are causing this, whether it's the wind, maybe a tire's out of balance or whatever. That's one thing that you might have to worry about, is any little thing you'll notice, because this is such a small car and everything's just right up on you. But again, can't complain about how much fun this car is and about just how neat it is in general. And this will bring me to the end of my review of this 1989 Toyota MR2 with T-tops.